Hello everybody, welcome to BestUnder, and today we bring you the best dual camera phones under 20,000 rupees. Initially we thought of ranking the phones according to the dual camera performance, but we ended up finding that each of these phones' cameras excelled in one or the other department, and hence an overall ranking conclusion was impossible. It's completely up to you to decide what you want from your dual camera setup and which one is the most apt for you. So without further ado, let's start the listing in increasing order of their prices. The first unbeatable pick on our list is the Xiaomi Mi A1 priced at around 15,000 rupees. The phone brings a dual camera setup on the lines of iPhone 7 and OnePlus 5 with a 12 megapixel regular wide angle and 12 megapixel telephoto lens. Both combine to shoot photos with DSLR-like real bokeh effects. The primary rear sensor uses large 1.25 micron pixels, has a focal length of 26 mm and a f2.2 aperture, while the secondary telephoto sensor uses 1 micron pixel size, has 50 mm focal length for 2x lossless optical zoom and a f2.6 aperture. So if you're a person who shoots a lot of outdoor pics in daylight conditions, then this phone is just the right grab for you. As promised, this is the best bokeh capture under 20k range, and also the 2x optical zoom works very well without any noise. But if you shoot indoors or in low light conditions, then this phone will disappoint you with lots of noise and poor edges even in portrait mode. Regarding video, the Mi A1 does produce good colors and dynamic range, but the lack of any kind of stabilization makes the focus to hunt and the video to be very shaky. To click the best photos, you will have to use the Mi A1 in bright daylight. Anything less and its performance goes down. Next on the list we have the Honor 8 from the previous year, which was launched at around 30k but is now available for 16,000 rupees. The Honor 8 has 12 megapixel cameras with f2.2 apertures for slightly better composite shots. Both the cameras have a pixel size of 1.25 micron. There's also a laser module for laser autofocus, which is utilized in synchrony with contrast detection and hence improving the Honor 8's autofocus speed. Being a camera-centric phone, Honor 8 had one of the best cameras in its range last year, and even today it has a very good dual camera setup that takes very good pictures. In fact, if only still shots are to be considered, then Honor 8 has the best camera under 20k. The color reproduction and dynamic range is excellent, and while taking macro shots, you can adjust the aperture, which is really handy. The low light and indoor performance is also the best among all the 4 phones mentioned in this video. The place where it lacks is while taking bokeh shots, where it sometimes doesn't recognize the edges perfectly. Talking about the video recording, the Honor 8 disappoints with underexposed video and lacks of colors when comparing to the still images. Autofocus transition is smooth, but the lack of OIS results in a bit shaky video. So if you are a person who takes mostly normal shots or want aperture control while bokeh effects or shoots mostly indoors or in low light, then this phone is up for grabs. Next up, at the same price, we have a similar dual camera setup, but this time from Motorola, the MOTO G5S Plus at 16,000 rupees. The G5S Plus uses two 13 megapixel rear cameras with a lens aperture of f2.0. One sensor shoots in color while the other one shoots in monochrome for better image quality in low light conditions. Again, the dual cameras are used here for background blurring. Additionally, the MOTO G5S offers face detection autofocus and depth editing software. Regarding performance, the MOTO G5S Plus doesn't disappoint, especially during daylight conditions. The colors are sometimes a tad bit oversaturated, making the pictures unusable, but for the most part the shots are very good. The low light performance is also good, in fact better than the Mi A1. The depth effect shots are also good, but sometimes the edges are not detected properly. Also, there's an option to change the background of the bokeh shots, which is really handy. The one big problem with the Lenovo MOTO G5S Plus camera is that it suffers from significant shutter lag. There's a bit of a delay between pressing the shutter button and the shot being captured and being able to take another. Regarding video, the MOTO G5S Plus takes great videos even in dimly lit conditions and has an electronic image stabilization that only works at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So if videography in good lighting conditions or playing with depth effect output is your thing, then MOTO G5S Plus should be your pick. Last but certainly not the least, at 18,000 rupees we have the recently launched Honor 9i. The Honor 9i's key feature is the dual camera setup on both sides. The front panel includes a 13 megapixel and 2 megapixel camera, while the back packs a 16 megapixel and 2 megapixel camera. The additional 2 megapixel sensors on both front and rear capture depth data to produce images with a bokeh effect. Additionally, there are many functions like the gesture selfies and smart selfie toning flash, etc. For still photography, the Honor 9i is a good contender and takes great pictures with sufficient details. The bokeh mode with the rear camera is also good, but it does not rival the Mi A1. Regarding videos, the Honor 9i's quality is good, but the lack of stabilization just renders the video unusable. For videos, this just isn't the right gadget. The place where Honor 9i actually shines is the selfie department, where you can even do the bokeh shots. The picture quality comes out to be very good, and undoubtedly this is the best selfie phone under 20k. So for selfies and stills, this is the choice to make. So these were the best dual camera phones under 20,000 respectively, with their respective powers and weaknesses. So if portrait mode is your sauce, then go for Mi A1, but low light photography is what you should avoid with this phone. If still photography and low light performance is what you desire, then go with the Honor 8, but refrain from videography. This just isn't the best choice for it. Next, if videography or low light performance is what you desire, go with the MOTO G5S Plus, but shutter lag will annoy you, so be patient. Lastly, if great selfies with bokeh are your thing, then Honor 9i is the phone you should pick, but videography or bokeh from rear camera is not in par with competitors. Please don't get me wrong, none of these phones' cameras are drastically bad from one another. In fact, the difference is very minimal and justified for the price. But buying according to your needs will make you happy, and that is the very reason we made this video. Hope you liked the video, give it a thumbs up if you do, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.